What is happening, guys? Yogi Steve Outlier Scooters. Today I'm going to do my 5,000 kilometer 3,000 mile review of my Dualtron Ultra. But before I do the review, I'm going to take my favorite ride up Bronson Canyon towards the Hollywood sign. Pretty nice day for it. I don't really do much recreational driving since I drive so many miles for work, so I'm looking forward to just putting the scooter in the highest gear, going as fast as I can, and then we'll get this review going on.
It's hard to take a person seriously wearing shorts.
It's pretty amazing how fast time has gone, how long I've had this scooter for. I've really only had it for about 4 months, and I've averaged 750 miles per month on it. I really have more than 3,000 miles on it. Let's take a quick look at it. I think it's got about 3,200 miles on it. Yeah, we're looking at 3,228 miles in 4 months. Now, a lot of people won't even drive that much in their lifetime, but as a high volume rider, I can only really afford to ride the best. I think it's dangerous to ride a cheap scooter if you're going to be doing a lot of high mileage. So what has gone wrong with the scooter at the 3,000 mile mark? I'd be lying if I said that everything was perfect. I've made previous reviews. At about the 2,700 mile mark, I had a major battery failure, which was totally covered by the warranty. You have to buy these with a warranty. The battery alone is $1,000. It really would have busted me if I would have had to lay out that money for myself. Other than the battery, there have been some minor problems with the scooter, nothing that couldn't be easily fixed either by myself or by my mechanic. All right, so some of the early things that went wrong with the scooter was I lost my port. This plastic piece broke off or fell off, so that's why I have tape on here, just holding this on just to maintain its water seal. Otherwise, pretty easy to replace. I just have not gotten a new one of these yet. I've noticed no loss of range or torque or acceleration or top speed in the scooter as it's eclipsed 3,000 miles. I have a brand new problem where my hazard lights all of a sudden don't work. So my hazard lights work when I hit my brakes, they flash yellow, but I used to be able to push this button right here, this hazard lights button, boom, 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 and it would have these amazing flashing lights in the back, but just recently those stopped working. Now I'm not sure if those lights stopped working because I have this other secondary problem where this screw right here, I lost it. Even though I'm always telling people to check their vehicles every time they go out, I was negligent, I didn't check it enough, and one day I came home and this screw was missing. So this is actually a replacement screw from Home Depot. It's about 99% works, but you can see it's a little raised. It's not a perfect fit. So I think that's a pretty serious problem where my hazard lights no longer work. So I'm gonna either have to add something additional for nighttime riding, or I do plan on bringing it to my mechanic this week to see if they can just fix it for me. Everything else on the scooter is really operating well. I'm constantly fiddling with the brakes, but I can almost always bring them to 100%. If I put fresh pads in, if I adjust them properly, if I get the caliper and the rotor and everything right, the brakes are still fantastic. When you bear down on these brakes, you're gonna stop. You can lock up your tires if you want. And for those of you who are curious, as far as the electrical brakes go, I keep the scooter on level 3. Level 1 and level 2, you barely feel. Level 3 gives you a little bit of support when you're braking. Levels 4 and level 5, I don't know anybody who uses that. I feel like it's just gonna throw you off the scooter the second you trigger the brakes. Maybe one little problem that I've had here is on my controller, you can see this little piece of plastic fell off. This should say on or off or something like that, but I've lost a little piece of plastic on there. I don't think that's any big deal. As far as the throttle sensitivity goes, it's still fantastic. If you've seen my other reviews, you know I have changed the tires from off-road tires to road tires. I still have the off-road tires, and if I want to, I can just put them back on, but I don't take this thing off-roading. I know a lot of people buy this unit specifically, the Dualtron Ultra, to go off-roading, but for me, it's just a real transportation vehicle, and I don't want to beat it up like that going off-roading. Although if you look at it, it's still pretty freaking dirty as if I have been going off-roading. I really need to clean it. I'm just really scared of getting any water on it. Don't ride these things in the rain. I think you're out of your freaking mind if you ride these things in the rain. It's my opinion that for most people, this is basically too much of a scooter.
No, Dewey, you don't want this. Get out of here.
If you're looking to buy your first or maybe your second scooter, I wouldn't go right to an Ultra. It's so heavy, it's so freaking fast. It's a little bit difficult to enjoy, to be honest with you, because it's like taking a Ferrari out for a drive and thinking you're just going to relax and ride it. When you ride this scooter, you need to have all your wits about you. You're not relaxing at all. If you want to get your first scooter, get a Dualtron 2 Limited. It's much lighter, still has a crazy acceleration and torque, great range. And who needs more than a 40-mile-per-hour top speed? You know, the Ultra goes almost 50 miles an hour, and you have to be out of your fucking mind to be standing at 50 miles per hour on a scooter, even though I do occasionally do it myself. When I use the scooter for work, I usually put it on the lower gears and keep it under 30 miles per hour. I feel like if you fall at 30 or 30 miles per hour from the standing position, you're just gonna ruin your fucking life no matter how much safety gear you have on. So definitely be mindful when riding any Dualtron. These things can kill you, they can throw you off easily.
Any American, anywhere, to ever forget that strength lies in our principle to be free.